hard to believe that a mere 50 meters from the hordes on Ripa di Porta Ticinese by the Naviglio Grande, on the quiet side street of Via Angelo Fumagalli, one is barely aware of the crowds at all. More importantly, it's where one finds Belé Ristorante. Since my first dinner there in 2018, it's been a fixture on each of my trips to Milan. Untypically, I arrived early for my dinner reservation, before all the tables filled up. And finally, my ear-related dizziness problems had disappeared, so I was able to enjoy wine again. So I truly savored the glass of Franciacorta from Elisabetta Abrami, which Maître Matteo, filling in for Dionigi de Cicciolo, poured for me to start off with. A classic cuvée of Chardonnay and Pinot Nero, by the way, and I enjoyed it even more than otherwise after my unexpected alcohol hiatus. Remembering Chef Giuliana Ferrara's creative way with vegetable dishes in the past, I opted for one of these as my antipasto. On a celeriac puree, we had a raw celeriac salad, topped with pink grapefruit, walnuts, and thyme. I'm a huge fan of celeriac, so this starter was a special treat. Just before I'd finalized my order, Chef Ferrara had come out to say hello and ask me what I was thinking of having. When I told her my primo choice, she strongly recommended what would have been my second choice. I don't ignore advice from a chef, so I changed my order. Hence, that primo duly arrived. Tagliolini with butter, lime, and cumin, resting on a slightly spicy broccoli cream. I made sure the waiter passed on my thanks for the recommendation to the kitchen. It's this sort of pasta, from the creativity to the perfect realization, that I come to Belé for. The wine to go with it was a very elegant Ribolla Gialla from the Korsic winery in Friuli, less than 40 meters from the Slovenian border. A minute or so after I'd finished off the tagliolini, Chef Ferrara appeared at my table again, holding a plate of my original first choice for primo, one of her legendary risotti. This one was with Bagnacauda, the Piemontese sauce made from slow-cooked anchovies and garlic in olive oil, with roasted Brussels sprouts, parmesan, and black garlic. The risotti at Belé are some of the best you will find anywhere in Milan, including the stiffest and most renowned big-name competition. This risotto was no exception. Maître Matteo also materialized with the wine to go with the risotto, a Lugana Capotesta from the Maddalena winery in Sirmione. I had to adjust my appetite after the surprise extra primo to make room for the substantial secondo I'd ordered. This was glazed octopus with fermented red cabbage, roasted cauliflower florets, and strips of candied lemon. The dark glaze on the octopus renders the dish a bit less photogenic than the two primi, but the taste was outstanding. And the choice and treatment of the vegetables was again noticeably distinctive and successful, with the candied lemon balancing the richness of the octopus. Maître Matteo assured me a glass of Piemontese Chardonnay Robi e Robi from the Armangia winery in the Monferrato was what the octopus required as its pairing. His assessment was correct. Octopus, no matter how perfectly conceived and cooked, is very filling. But you know that I'm not going to disdain a dessert, no matter how full I am. There were 3 items on the dessert menu, all very desirable. I went for the one which seemed to have the most unusual ingredients for a dessert. On a round base of almond cake, there were clouds of almond mousse, alongside a cream of chicory and radicchio. And the radicchio leaves, sailing on our little dessert boat, emphasized the mixture of bitter and sweet. An utterly original and convincing autumn dessert. There was an equally original wine to go with it, a late-harvest Catarato, Elisia, from Fabio Ferracane in Sicily, just outside Marsala. As you can see from the glass, the wine was not filtered. I'd never had a late-harvest Catarato before, and its subtle sweetness was a good match for the sweet and bitter flavors of the dessert. Once again, I was brought a glass of excellent vermouth, as well as a small coaster stacked with bitter chocolate fragments to round off my final dinner on this trip to Milan. So reassuring to see that Belé maintains its high standards in the kitchen, thanks to Chef Ferrara, and with a service which sees to it that one feels comfortable and relaxed. Nice to know that I can count on further superlative dining experiences at Belé in the future.